Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everyone sing along. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Hare Krishna, good morning everyone. Let's do prayer together. I need some volunteer to do the prayer. Who will do it? Let's see. Who is the volunteer who wants to read the prayer? Quickly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Sri Ram, go ahead. Look at the prayer and say there are few places where pronunciation is going wrong. So look at the prayer and read correctly. Okay. I wanted to let you know last time, but I missed. Go ahead, beta.
Okay.
Everybody, palms together, eyes closed, and meditate on the prayer. As I said, we may not understand all the words of the prayer, but listening to those words and meditating on those words will help us a lot. Okay, so please put your palms together and close your eyes and meditate on the prayer. Go ahead, Sriram.
Okay. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanaabhaya Namo Pankajamanine Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangrihe Om Agnanam Timirandasya Nanajanam Salakaya Chakshu Unmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sankajanta Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये पाञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
Thank you. Good job, Shriram. I need another volunteer to do the Sikshashtakam. Quickly, please raise your hands or go ahead and start singing the Sikshashtakam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I'm waiting for you all. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. I will go ahead, beta. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावागनिर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधुजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मास्तपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनं नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमितः स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवान् ममापि दुर्दैवं मीदृशं मिहाजनिनानुरागः त्रिनादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरिः न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहाय तु की त्वयि आनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पठितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज शतधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय नयनं गलशूरधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निशितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितम् शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वापादरतां पिनष्टु माम् अधर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः प्रभुरशिष्टाष्टकश्लोकये पढ़े शुने कृष्णे प्रेम भक्ति तारबारे दिने दिने हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
Thank you, Aviral. Good job. We'll move on to the topic of today's discussion. Today is a very auspicious day. Yesterday, as we all know, I don't know how many of you all know, yesterday was Ekadashi and today is Dwadashi. And today's Dwadashi is special because it is celebrated for the appearance of Varaha Dev. You all know who Varaha Dev is? Have you all heard? Or has anyone heard of who Varaha Dev is? If you all know, quickly, just tell me what you think if you know already. You're seeing my screen? Huh? Yes? Okay, thank you. So today is appearance day of Lord Varaha. Did anybody raise their hands to tell me who Lord Varaha is? Does anybody know? Have you all at least heard of him? Yes, Raghava. Welcome, Raghava.
He's
Go
the
ahead.
avatar of Vishnu.
Avatar of Lord Vishnu. Yes, very nice. And you know which incarnation? There is sequence of incarnations, right? In Dashavatar, which avatar is Lord Varaha's appearance? Yes, yes, Anish.
And the third one?
Third one. Yes, very good. So today is the Tithi, or today is the auspicious day when Lord Krishna himself appeared on this planet Earth to as Varaha. And what is Varaha represent? What form is Varaha representation of? Or which form is Varaha form? Yes, Supreet.
A boar? A
A
wild
boar. A boar. So Lord Varaha appears, Lord Krishna appears as Varaha. However, he's not. We have to understand that when Krishna takes the form of an animal like a fish or a tortoise or a boar or a Narsimha, half lion, half human form, it doesn't mean that he is those, but he takes the form of those. Krishna is independent, Krishna is absolute. However, he takes those forms to perform a Leela and to also achieve some missions. Now, before we go into deeper discussion about Lord Varaha, we have learned in chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita. I know some of us have studied chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita last year. In that chapter, Lord Krishna says that I appear millennium after millennium. Every yuga I appear. What is the reasons? What are the reasons that he says that he appears for? So I want you all to list. That's why I kept this blank here. Tell me what are the reasons he mentions. Or at least if you don't know that verse, guess what are the reasons why Lord Krishna, who is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is belonging to the spiritual planets, who has nothing to do with this material world, he doesn't have to be in this material, but he does come to this material world, onto this earthly planet, yuga after yuga, millennium after millennium. Why does he come? Yes, Vishnu.
He comes to like slay the demons.
To slay the demons. Okay, I'm going to make that second point because that is one of the points too. Slay demons or unrighteous people, right? That's a very good point. Thank you. Any other points? Well, hold on. Yes, Supreet.
to reestablish the principles of religion.
Establish the principles of religion. Establish principles. Yeah, re-establish. You're right. Because the dharmic society or Sanatan way of living is our original nature. However, with passage of time in every yuga, there is deterioration of righteousness and unrighteousness starts prevailing. And to reset that yuga to righteousness, Lord Krishna appears to establish righteousness. What does it mean to establish? What happens? What is the consequence of righteousness? When there is righteousness, what happens? Why should there be righteousness? I'm delving more into this point. After that, I'll go to the third point. But let's say, yes, there is righteousness. But what is the purpose of righteousness? So you all don't see a purpose of righteousness, then the society could as well be unrighteous, right? Why do we need righteousness then if you don't see a point of righteousness? Somebody who didn't answer yet. Sriram, you're going to answer this question later or another one?
Oh, no, sorry. I was going to answer for the third point.
Third point. Okay, hold on to your hand or you can drop it and raise it again. But anyone else, or I want you all to start thinking, why do we need righteousness? Yes, Chetana.
Maybe to like maintain dharma.
Correct. Maintain dharma, righteousness and dharma are same. But why do we need righteousness? Why do we need rules? Suppose, let's say traffic rules are not there. Why do we need it? Why do we even need them? Dhruv?
To maintain like peace on the environment.
Yes, to maintain peace, to have a peaceful life. To have a peaceful life, take the analogy of traffic rules. What happens? Why the heck do we need traffic rules? Everybody has freedom, right? Everybody can drive the way they want. Why are they imposing rules on us? Why should they impose rules? Why should the government have traffic rules? Go to any part of the country, any part of the world. Every country has traffic rules. There is a minimum speed, there is a maximum speed, there are rules regarding which side of the lane you should drive and how you should yield. All those rules are established, and as a driver, you should pass an exam before you start driving on the road. And therefore, traffic rules are essential so that we have safe and peaceful driving. We don't get into accidents, which may be fatal, which may be which may cause, because of accidents, people might lose life or people might get disabled, right? That's the reason we need rules. Similarly, righteousness is needed for a peaceful society. And why do we need peace? Why do we need peace? What do we do with the peace we get? Okay, let's say we have traffic rules. If there was no traffic rules, we would have been in fatal accidents or disabling accidents. Then what? Okay, I have rules and I'm going to drive safely. But why do I need to drive safely? Because you need to get your destination, isn't it? You drive to reach your destination safely. I will get to it's not like you're going to be on the road all the time. Yes. Oh, I need traffic rules because I'm going to be on the road all the time. I'll always be driving. I'll always be riding. Therefore, I need traffic rules. Yes, there are traffic rules. We are driving, but the purpose of driving and traffic rules is for us to reach our destination safely. Yes. Similarly, dharma is also needed for us to live a peaceful life to reach our destination. Everybody, please focus. I see some of you are distracted, and I can tell by looking at your faces. Even you can tell me if I get distracted to my phone or some other screen, right? So we all have that intelligence to see if everybody is focusing on. So I request you all to kindly focus. So we need peace or dharma in the society. We need dharma to have peace, and we need peace to be able to focus on our tasks, isn't it? If you are preparing for exams, you need peace of mind. If you're not having the focus on your exam or the peace of mind, you cannot study well. There's a common goal for all of us, regardless of who we are, what we are studying, which country we belong, which family we belong. There's one common goal for all of us, and that is to realize Krishna as our Supreme Father and to love him and to know that he loves us. That is the common goal for all of us, regardless of any other goals you might have. I'm not saying you forget those goals. No. The goals that you have as a student to do well in your exams and in extracurriculars are always there. But on top of it, a fundamental goal for all of us is to remember Krishna, to be able to understand his love for us, and at the same time start loving him. Therefore, this righteousness needs to be there so that we are peaceful, and when we are in a peaceful state, we can focus on our real purpose of human life, which is knowing, realizing, loving Krishna. Therefore, to establish righteousness and to destroy unrighteous people, destroy the demons, as Vishnu said, to establish righteousness as, who said righteousness? Who said establish righteousness? Sorry, I forgot. Supri, very good. And now, therefore, these two rules are needed for us. Now we have to understand, get to the bottom of things, why we are doing what we are doing, whether it is righteousness, whether it is peace, why do we need those at a higher level? Okay, those are the two main reasons. Krishna says, Dharma samstap, paritra, first he says, paritranaya sadhunam. Why? Because if there is unrighteousness, there is people who will be suffered by the demons. Those people who are suffered by the demons are the devotees of the Lord. So to protect the devotees, the establishing of righteous principles will protect the devotees. I'm typing here. Okay. And to slay the demons, to remove this, actually, to slay demons will come, to remove vinashaya dushkratam. So therefore slay demons. So first one is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkratam, because of which these two things happen. Righteousness is established. Okay. And then there are two more reasons which I can think of, which is not said in that verse, that Krishna appears. Yes, Sri Ram, you tell the point now.
I was gonna say that Krishna appears on earth like to restore balance whenever there's like no morality and there's like a rise of evil.
Right, you're right. And that point is already covered in 1 and 2. Okay. Besides this, there is 3 and 4 points too. And that we have to remember, in between the lines, there is something called reading in between the lines. Correct? You all know what it means? Okay, here in between the lines, what it means is Lord Krishna comes down so that through his pastimes, through the pastimes that he performs, we get to learn. We meaning we students of spiritual journey, of spiritual university. We get to learn through these pastimes. Yes, there are bad people. Yes, Krishna comes to protect the good people. So what not to do and what to do. we have to learn from these pastimes. Does it make sense? Do you all agree? It's not like just I listened to Varaha. Oh, yeah, Varaha came. He killed Hiranyakashipu. Yes, that's a nice story. I forget about it. I need to understand why Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha. What were those their qualities? Do I have those qualities? What will happen if I behave with those qualities? Right? That is the application part for us. These are principles. The first two are what happened? The first two are principles or first two are facts. But now we come to the applications. Now, besides this, there's one more reason that Lord Krishna comes down. It's a very interesting point, which we might not be able to comprehend. The reason is Krishna lives in spiritual planet, in Vaikuntha Loka. We all know that, right? Vaikuntha Loka meaning there is no anxiety, there is no dualities. It's always bliss, peace. Everything is very nice. Everything is based on Satchit Ananda values, right? Now, Krishna sometimes wants to have fun fight. He also has feelings. Krishna is also sentient. He also has feelings. So Krishna wants to sometimes have tough fight and have that chivalrous experience with his devotees, right? It's not like he's hateful or revengeful of somebody. Not for that. He wants to have he wants to enjoy the mellow of chivalry also. Have the fighting rasa. Like if people are learning karate or learning boxing, that is like a meditation for them. They don't do it for the sake of really destroying the opponent, but they practice it because they get fun out of it. Yes or no? But they apply it when danger happens, and they really pursue that fight for the sake of destroying the opponent if it is dangerous. But casually also sometimes they want to experience that rasa or that mellow of fighting. Therefore, Krishna also performs these pastimes to enjoy the rasas, of enjoy the mellow of fighting. So we have to remember these are the 4 reasons he appears. So now the incarnation that we're going to discuss about the significance of today's is Varaha incarnation. And in Varaha incarnation, Lord Krishna actually fights with Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are 2 brothers, twin brothers, born to sage Kashyapa and Diti. These are the parents of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. And how and why they appear, we'll talk about it in a few minutes. So now if you can see in this picture, you see how Lord Varaha is holding Mother Earth. Do you all recognize that this is Earth over here? Could you all tell that it is Earth over here? Planet Earth. Okay. And then Lord Varaha has a boar form. A boar is having this, what is this part called? The front part is nostril of the boar. Snout, what is it called? Can somebody help me, please?
Snout.
Okay. This is the snout, and then it has tusks. The boar has tusks. Wild boar has tusks. I mean, the boar, but in India, we probably have seen, or I don't know you, but I saw pigs. The domestic pigs or the pigs that are on the streets don't have tusks, but this is a wild boar, and wild boar has tusks. So here you can see how Lord Krishna appeared in the form of a wild boar with tusks and a snout. And he is also, how do we know that it is Lord Krishna? Because how can we tell a bear from Lord Krishna or not? Because there are some marks that Krishna, Narayana appears. The Kaustuba jewel, the Srivatsang, the Kaustuba mark, the Srivatsanka jewel, Kaustuba jewel, Srivatsanka mark. And then he also holds this Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma in his hands. This is how it is holding. See, Padma, Shankha, Chakra, Gada. And he also wears the tilak on his forehead. That's how you say that, hey, this is not an ordinary boar. This is Lord Narayana himself. Lord Vishnu himself, he appeared on this earth for fulfilling the purpose of establishing righteousness, protecting the devotees, to fulfill his desire of having that experience of fight with his challenging devotees, and also for all of us to learn lessons and seek inspirations from these pastimes. So this is the beautiful form of Lord Varaha. Jai Lord Varaha. Now we will see how Lord Varaha was born. This is the fact which you all know. Lord Varaha is born from the nostril of Lord Brahma. In other words, Brahma's nostril is the birthplace of Lord Varaha. It's not it's a gross place, but that's how he appears. And just because he comes out of the nostril of Lord Brahma, it doesn't mean Brahma is the supreme. It's the pastime in which Lord Narayana Vishnu decides to appear in this form. In this boar form is not a very pleasant form, because boar and pig actually dwells in the filthy areas, in the areas there is a lot of filth and dirt, right? Then why did Lord Narayana choose this form? We'll get there. Now, before we go there, what is the purpose of Lord Varaha appearing is coming in this verse. Now you see the picture of four dwarf boys sitting here. They're called Kumaras. They're the son of Brahma. So Brahma, at the beginning of creation, his purpose, Krishna instructed him, hey, this material world has to be created. You have to create living entities. So creation happens when people procreate, right? So in the purpose of procreation, Brahma creates Manus, he creates these Kumaras, he creates different living entities and gives them orders. Hey, you go and procreate now. So, but these four Kumaras were actually, they wanted to be ascetic. They did not want to participate in the process of creation, and they wanted to be always engaging their life and soul for the service of the Lord, meditating on Lord. So they decided that they're not going to marry at all. They're going to remain as ascetics. So, but they were Brahmavadis, meaning they were actually worshippers of Brahma, their own father. They didn't know what Supreme Personality of Godhead is. They just believed that Brahma is the Supreme and Brahma is our father and we will worship him. That's how they were. However, once while traveling through the various planetary systems, everybody with me? Is it interesting or is it boring? Okay, it's interesting what Shrika is saying, so I'll go by her. All right. So when these four Kumaras were traveling through the entire space, once they wanted to visit Vaikuntha. They've never been to Vaikuntha, and they wanted to visit Vaikuntha and see what it means to be there. So they go to Vaikuntha planet, and the Vaikuntha planet is actually very beautiful, the most opulent ever, decorated with gold-decked doors, gold-decked arches, gold steps, gold stairs. Everything is golden, or it's very opulent. So the four Kumaras here, you see, right? The four little dwarf-like boys. They're adults, but they decided to be young and short because they didn't want to even grow up and become part of a responsible family life. They didn't want to get distracted. And that is where their decision. They wanted to just be that young little form of boys. And they traveled across the space and they reached the Vaikuntha Loka. And at the door of Vaikuntha, they were stopped by these two Dwara Palakas, or the gatekeepers. Have you all ever seen gatekeepers or doorkeepers anywhere? Is it a natural thing or some unnatural thing? Have you all seen doorkeepers anywhere? Where did you see? What do they do?
Like a hotel, they like open the door.
Oh, right. And what do they do? What is the purpose of a doorkeeper?
To make sure like no one who like can't come in like gets inside.
It's more like a security thing, right? They were trying to secure the place. Similarly, these two doorkeepers, you know what the name of these doorkeepers was?
Jaya and Vijaya.
Jaya and Vijaya. So they both were the doorkeepers. And to be the doorkeeper of the Lord is not an ordinary job. It is an extraordinary, or in fact, the topmost job that an ordinary person cannot be doing that job. There are great devotees. Jaya and Vijaya were the top devotees who were doing the service of being the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha planet. So as the four Kumaras were trying to enter, Jaya and Vijaya stopped them. First of all, these four Kumaras were looking like small kids, and they were not dressed appropriately, because that is the way of an ascetic life that they chose. It's not a wrong thing, but Jaya Vijaya at that point were covered by some Maya, because of which they thought these four boys they don't seem to be mature and they're not dressed properly, and therefore we will not let them. And this is the resting time for my master, Lord Narayana. So how will I let them inside? So they stopped. Now, as soon as the Jaya Vijaya stopped the four Kumaras were what? What do you think happened to the four Kumaras when they stopped them? It should not take so long, boys and girls. Yes, go ahead and answer. Don't raise your hand. Just tell the answer.
I think they would like try to find another way to like sneak into the palace.
No, they did not. Sneaking and all is not done by this extraordinary sage-like people. This four Kumaras are not ordinary people who would like to sneak. Sneaking and all may be done by people who have wrong motives, isn't it? You have wrong reason to go to some place, you want to steal something, or you are breaking the rules or something like that, right? But here, the four Kumaras were not like that. They had the right motive of having the darshan of the personality inside. They wanted to, they were curious, they were not, they were ascetic, and they were the right people to go inside. However, they were stopped, and even the four Kumaras at that point got upset that they were being stopped by these ignorant fools, and therefore they cursed they cursed the two people. What did they say? You are acting demoniac, therefore we are cursing you to be born as demons in the earthly planets. That's the curse they impose on these two people. Now, one might wonder, Jaya and Vijaya are top devotees of Lord Narayana. First of all, how did they stop these four ascetics to go inside? The second thing is, these four ascetics seem to be very elevated and high conscious people. How did they get upset? Angry, getting mad and all are people, are the qualities of those people who are immature, who are not having the spiritual sadhana or practices. These people seem to be ascetics. How did they get upset? So now, as this discussion is happening and where Kumaras are pointing and saying, hey, you have obstructed us and you're acting demoniac, therefore you'll be born as demons, then what happens? Lord Narayana comes out. He hears all this, what is it called, that noise that is happening at the door, and then he comes there. And as soon as the four Kumaras who have never seen Narayana, who have never known about Narayana, see Lord Narayana, they get mesmerized by his beauty. He is so beautiful that it is that beauty which we have never seen with our eyes. The four Kumaras were mesmerized and they fall at the feet of Lord Narayana. And when they fall at the feet of Lord Narayana, they smell the fragrant tulasi at his feet. Tulasi is put at the feet of Lord Narayana. So when they smell tulasi at the fragrance of the tulasi at the feet of Lord Narayana, their transformation happens and they now become worshippers of Lord Vishnu. Until when they didn't know that Lord Vishnu exists. They only thought Brahma, the effulgence of the Brahman creation that was there is what is all in all. But now they have seen Narayana as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and they transform into pure Vaishnavas. And they wonder why they had cursed. So then as Jaya and Vijaya also regret for what they did, and they were very concerned and worried about the curse that Jaya and Vijaya, the four Kumaras had given them. They were in a very humble and prayerful mood to Narayana, and Narayana says, "Don't worry, this was for a reason that this happened." Okay, and the reasons are all there. The reasons are, we talked about how they go in earthly planets, cause disturbance and all, and then they remove the righteousness. And Krishna wanted to enjoy the rasa of chivalry. All these put together, and Krishna wanted to teach us as humans, for us to learn and remember throughout our existence some pastimes of the Lord from which we can learn and try to stick to morality. Right? Therefore, Krishna says, "Don't worry, you're going to appear on the earthly planets." He gives a choice. You want to be 7 lives as my devotee or 3 lives as the demons. Then they agree that we want to be a shorter time away from you, so we'll go as the demons. And that's how the whole pastime of how Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were going to be born on the earthly planet. So if you see here, you can see that we have the sage Kashyapa and Diti, who were going to be the parents of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So when Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were in the womb of Diti, she could tell that they were going to be demons because her husband said that our children are going to be demoniac. Then she prays and asks him, then what do? I don't want them to be burning Mother Earth. And so she holds them in her womb for 100 years because she doesn't want to release them and cause disturbance in the material planets. However, then Sage Kashyapa says, "Don't worry, your grandson is going to be a great devotee, and he's going to become a great ruler of righteousness." Who is that grandson? Very nice. So upon hearing that words, Diti has hope, and therefore She gives birth to Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And after Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are born, this is what? They are demoniac. They are, look at them, how, this is a picturesque representation of demons, but their demoniac qualities were unending. They were very greedy for power, greedy for positions, greedy for things, and they were hurting people, worshippers of Lord Narayana. They would destroy them, they would punish them. So life was becoming so miserable for the people living on earth. At that time, and Mother Earth was so terrified by these people's actions. So what happens? Now, before that, we'll put a pause to the thought over here. Now we'll come to the Brahma's creation, Lord Brahma's lifespan, and how he does the various creation, and how where was Mother Earth when, see, in the first picture, what did we see? Here we see Lord Narayana or Varaha is speaking of Mother Earth from a water body over here. What water body is this? We know that the oceans are inside Earth, isn't it? How many oceans are there? The 5 oceans? 5 oceans are on Earth. But where is this? What is this water body? Did you all know? Did you all get that question at all anytime? Did you all think about it? When you saw this picture, did you not get a question? Where is this water? Water is supposed to be on Earth, but where is this water around this? Where is Varaha pulling Earth from? I got this. I was thinking, Mother Earth, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, all these oceans are on Earth. And how is Varaha pulling Mother Earth from a different water body? What do you all think? So to explain that, we'll come to this. First understand Brahma. So Brahma, lifespan will understand, and how the creation happens. And in the process of creation, where this Varaha appearance happens, right? So now we know that there are 4 yugas in the yuga cycle. The time has cycling, and there are 4 yugas. First one is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So you all have to take notes now, because this is all numbers. And it make a lot of, it will be very interesting, and it's good knowledge to have when it talks about the lifespan of Brahma, and how inconspicuous we are compared to the supreme creator Brahma. And Brahma again is actually not the doer. It is Lord Krishna, the absolute and the supreme personality of Godhead, who creates Brahma and instructs him to do this creation. So there are 4 yugas in time cycle: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, it has a span of 432,000 years. Okay, then comes the previous yuga is Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar Yuga's total span is about 432,000 years times 2. So 2 times of Kali Yuga is Dwapar Yuga. Right? And then 3 times of Kali Yuga is what? Yes, quick. Come on, boys and girls, speak.
Treta Yuga.
Treta Yuga, yes. And 4 times of Kali Yuga is?
Satya Yuga.
Very nice. That means totally how many times of Kali Yuga is one one Divya Yuga? See, if you see here, Divya Yuga is here, right? Divya Yuga means Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So how many times of Kali Yuga is one Divya Yuga?
10.
10 times. So if Kali Yuga is 432,000 years, one Divya Yuga is how many years? 432,000 times 10, and an additional 0, isn't it? Like that, if 1,000 cycles happen of this, 1,000 Divya Yugas make one day of Brahma. Are you all with me so far? So you have Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga. You know each yuga's lifespan, the span. And then 10 times of that Kali Yuga is one Divya Yuga. And 1,000 Divya Yugas is one day of Brahma. And 1,000 Divya Yugas is one night of Brahma. So totally, how many Divya Yugas makes one 24-hour day of Brahma?
2.
2 Divya Yugas?
1.
2,000 Divya Yugas. Yes, 2,000 Divya Yugas makes one whole 24-hour period of Brahma. Right? Now, during the night of Brahma, partial annihilation happens. You all know material nature, this material world is created and annihilated, right? During the night of Brahma, partial annihilation happens. That's called pralaya in Sanskrit. Annihilation is called pralaya. And during that annihilation, what happens? I'm going to show you the next picture. Very interesting, boys and girls. This is a very amazing knowledge from our Bhagavata Purana. Entire process of creation is given. Scientists are still exploring 1 millionth or 1 by infinite part of this creation. But Bhagavatam has given us picture. It's a window to the entire creation of Lord Narayana. So here, if you see, this is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Remember, we talked about how Krishna is the creator in last week's verse. See, all the verses that we are learning come into context when we are now referencing all these creation process. So now Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna expands into Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu lies in the causal ocean. From his body pores comes out each of this universe. This egg, it's called Brahmanda. This egg form is actually coming out of the body pore of Karnodakashayi Vishnu, who's who's lying on the causal ocean. So from his body pore comes out this egg or Brahma Anda. It's called Anda means egg, Brahma means creation. So one universe come out of the body pore of Lord Krishna, who is lying down the causal ocean as Karnodakashayi Vishnu. Into each of these eggs, Krishna enters and lies again. There is water all over here, and that is called Garbha Udaka, or water. This water over here is called Garbhodaka. And on that Garbhodaka, you see this water here? You're all seeing, right? The lower things, lower part of this picture here, the bluish, greenish water body. Everybody seeing? Huh? Everybody, please not shake your heads or nod your heads so that I know. Okay. So in this ocean, Lord Narayana is again lying down as Garbhodaka Shayi Vishnu. Garbhodaka is a water body. Shayi means one who lies or one who sleeps on that water on a bed of snakes. That is, what is the snake called?
Ananta Shesha.
Anantashesha. Yes. So he's lying on this bed of snake, and from his navel comes out the lotus stem. Do you all see? I'm moving my arrow here. You all see the lotus stem? All the way till here on top. The lotus flower is over here. So Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is lying here, and from his navel comes the lotus stem. And within this lotus stem are these planetary systems that we see, starting all the way from the lowest, filthiest planet, which is Pathala, Rathatala, Mahatala, Talatala, Sutala, Vittala, Atala. These 7 planetary systems below the earthly planet systems are called hellish planets. Atala, Vittala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. They're called hellish planets, meaning it's completely dark, it's filthy, there's no righteousness, there is no proper life there. But life exists there. And then you have above those 7 planets, you have Bhuloka, which is the earthly planet. We are here. See, you are here on this earthly planet. Okay. And above the earthly planets are again 7 planets, which are called heavenly planets. Yes, Anish? I like questions.
Is the ocean, the Garbhodaka, is that the same one that the Varaha was in when he was holding Earth?
Exactly. You're right. I'm glad you connected the dots. So, isn't that so interesting? Okay. So now above the earthly planet, you see all these 7 planets: Bhuvarloka, Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. These are all the 7 planets which are heavenly planets, where there are people. See, for example, in Bhuvarloka, there are Rakshasas and ghosts. In Svargaloka, there is Indra. All the demigods reside there. Then Maharloka is again for people who meditate. Janaloka is again where 7 sages are there, Sapta Rishis are there. Tapaloka is again another austere, people who perform austerity and who have given up all their sense gratification but have not realized Krishna yet, but they go there. And then Brahmaloka is the topmost divine spiritual planet, not spiritual, material planet, which is full of in the mode of goodness. That's where Lord Brahma resides. So now coming back to this here, We said there is day and night for Brahma, correct? And during the night of Brahma, what happens? Partial annihilation happens. So in partial annihilation, what happens? All the planet systems up till Maharloka get destroyed, meaning it gets inundated with the Garbhodaka water all the way till here. Inundation. See, annihilation happens by fire and by water, inundation of water. Okay, so the inundation of water means Garbhodaka water rises all the way up here, and except for the top three planetary systems, everything gets submerged. All the living entities on these planetary systems enter the body of Mahavishnu, and then they get released. Next, when creation happens, and then Brahma, the process of creation, he releases those souls. So this is how one of the situations where naturally Mother Earth is submerged in Garbhodaka ocean. Okay, and to bring the Garbhodaka ocean to position during creation, actually Varaha appears two times. One is Sveta Varaha, another one is Rakta Varaha. Sveta Varaha is the one who comes to bring Mother Earth up and put it in its position during inundation, during annihilation, after annihilation, when the creation happens again. Okay, then Rakta Varaha is when our Varaha today, that we are discussing, appeared. So at this time, what happened? It was not because of the destruction or annihilation that was in the process of creation that happened. At this time, because the Asura or the demon, Hiranyaksha, because of his unrighteous and demoniac qualities, he is treating everybody on earth inhumanly. And finally, he pushes the earth out of the orbit. That earth falls into the Garbhodaka ocean. And Mother Earth is also terrified. Again, please note that Mother Earth is what do I say? Personification of Mother Earth is a woman, is mother. Personification of Earth is mother. Earth is always treated like mother because we get everything from Mother Earth, isn't it? Our food, plants, anything that we do, the house, the wood that we build the house, the wood that we build the houses with, the food that we eat, the clothing that we wear, anything, the table, any product that we see around us is actually coming from the earth. Do you all agree with me? In other words, earth is the provider for our existence. Therefore, anybody who's taking care of us with love and affection and providing for us is like a mother. Therefore, earth is considered as the mother for all of us. And Mother Earth cannot take when we are having unrighteous qualities, when we don't have proper ethics with us, and when we perform activities which are hurting others, which will indirectly hurt Mother Earth, because we're all children of Mother Earth. So when Hiranyaksha, out of his demoniac nature, pushes Mother Earth into the Garbhodaka ocean, Lord Krishna took the form of Varaha. And why Varaha particularly? Because these planets are called filthy, and this is all a very filthy place. And just as a boar boar is an animal by nature, is inclined to being in filthy places, he incarnates himself as Varaha, and the tusks that he had of a boar was suitable for him to lift Mother Earth and bring it up. Like how we see here, see how Mother Earth is being lifted up. And he protects Mother Earth. And while he's lifting Mother Earth, Hiranyaksha went and searched for Narayana everywhere in the earthly, in this 14 planetary systems, is looking for Lord Narayana. So when he goes to Varuna Dev, when he goes to one of the Swargaloka, one of the demigods, Varuna Dev says, your competitor or competitor is Lord Hari, and right now he is in the Garbhodaka ocean. Go find him there. So Hiranyaksha goes into the Garbhodaka ocean and tries to terrify Mother Earth and also Varahadev. Varahadev, noticing that Mother Earth is getting terrified, he puts her in the orbit and comes and has a fierce fight with Hiranyaksha. You know who Hiranyaksha is now? By now you know, right? Who Hiranyaksha is actually? The devotee of Lord. He was one of Jaya and Vijaya. Now he's very powerful. He's been given the power by Lord Narayana and is chosen by Lord Narayana to perform that fight with him. And they have very, very, very interesting and what you call satisfying fight. Lord Narayana as Varaha has very satisfactory fight with him, and finally he destroys him and he gets liberated. Who? Hiranyaksha gets liberated. Because anyone who is killed by the Lord, who is destroyed by the Lord, his destination is going to be liberation. So this is the day that Lord Varaha appeared and destroyed the demon Hiranyaksha. In which yuga do you think this happened?
Satya Yuga.
Satya Yuga. Now, the Tithi is what we are looking at. So that's how it is calculated, and the date is being given as the day when Lord Varaha appeared. Now, there are so many verses that we learned in Krishna being the absolute, opulence of the absolute, and Krishna is everywhere that we can connect here. So Krishna is the cause of all living entities. Krishna expands the cause, is a destroyer, and is the maintainer of all living entities. You can see how Krishna is the facilitator of many pastimes in this by making these two people stop Kumaras, and Kumaras getting upset, and this whole pastime where Hiranyaksha appears, right? So now let's come to the final slide, which again I'm waiting on you all to tell me what is the inspiration that we can seek from this pastime. Yes, Chetna.
Question about the Hiranyaksha. If they were like fighting each other and like Narayana knew about like how Jaya and Vijaya they like turned into Hiranyaksha and like the other guy, then why didn't he like bring them back? Like they just got destroyed, right?
Yeah, but while in the process of this fight, Jaya or Vijaya, one of this Hiranyaksha, he gives up his life because he's killed by Lord Narayana. And when he's killed, it doesn't mean he was destroyed. Actually, he gets liberated back to the spiritual world. So it was only a drama, or it was just a show put up together by Lord Varaha. Okay? But this pastime happened where in the earthly planets, really Mother Earth was disturbed. She was terrified. Humans were disturbed. They're all troubled. And then Varaha comes to protect and destroy the demon here. Okay? Make sense, Chetana?
Mhm.
Okay, now tell me what is the message for us to learn from here. From this pastime. Was it fun or is it boring? All of you are just staring at me. Tell something.
It was
Say something. Thank you, Vishnu. Okay, now let's all go. Each one of us tell one point what we learned from this. Yes, Aviral, tell me.
Krishna protects his devotees.
Krishna protects his devotees. Very nice. Next, another person. Now, all of you, please prepare and give me, even if it is the same point, that's fine, but at least tell. Yes, Reeman, what do you think?
Always be righteous and don't be unrighteous.
Must be righteous. And we know what righteousness means. Huh? Sriman?
Yeah, righteousness means like always like being good,
Very nice.
doing good.
Yeah, amazing. Good job. Supreet?
Krishna destroys people who are like bad or like have done bad things.
Yes. Okay. Next, Raghava?
Krishna will always restore good over evil.
Yeah.
So like when he lifts the earth, or yeah, Mother Earth from the ocean, it like signifies like good over evil.
Yep. Very nice. Shrika?
Maybe always make the right choice since Krishna he gave Jaya and Vijaya options of whether to live 3 lives or as demons or 7 lives as devotees, and they chose the wrong decision.
That wasn't wrong actually. When they wanted to come back to Krishna sooner than wait for 7 lifetimes. So that wasn't wrong. However, whatever you said makes sense for us always to choose Krishna in our choices. Their choice, they were perfect. They were doing it the right thing because they wanted to get back to Krishna sooner. Okay. All right. Next, Sanvi.
Krishna's everywhere.
Krishna is everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Next, who is it? Chetana.
You can like with strength and determination, you can like overcome challenges and like use power for like good.
Can you say that again?
Like you can with like determination, you can like overcome challenges and use your power for like good.
Okay, but with who is the person doing that here?
Varaha or Vishnu.
Yeah, but Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is already powerful. It's not like he had to be determined and work hard to become powerful. So, but how will we apply this here in today's thing? Maybe we should become, with determination, overcome the challenges of all the bad things we have in our heart. Like we are challenges of pride. We all are proud sometimes, right? We are mean to others, right? Sometimes, isn't it? We get angry, anger. We get envious. We get jealous. So that is what exactly what Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were. We told that destroys bad people, but we are those people holding those values. In Satya Yuga, they were in different entities, different humans. These qualities where they were divine people, they were demoniac people, and they existed in different planetary systems. All these demoniac people, they were in the lower planetary systems, earthly planet system where humans lived, and heavenly planets where all the divine people lived. So that's how in Satya Yuga it was. But in Treta Yuga right now, sorry, not Treta Yuga, in Kali Yuga right now, bad qualities and good qualities exist within the same human. So the war is happening within us. We are sometimes disturbed by others' success, others being very progressing in their whatever they're doing. That's all enemy within us, the a bad quality. So with determination, we overcome the challenges of pride, of being mean, of angry, of enviousness, of jealousy. And for that, our heart is actually that filthy place where all these negative qualities reside. Yes? So now we have to pray to Lord Varaha saying, can you please dive into my heart and eradicate and destroy the Hiranyakashipu like demons of anger, pride, luster, envy, jealousy. And then bring up what? What is Mother Earth's representation? Bring up devotion in me. Now devotion is actually sunk inside and it's stuck in between those filthy qualities of me. Now I request you, O Vamandev, please deep dive into my heart. Sorry, not Vamandev. Oh, Varahadev, please deep dive into my heart. And with the tusks of yo, please bring out bhakti in me by destroying all the anarthas. That should be our prayer. That should be our meditation today. Because it's perfect contextually to pray to Lord Varaha for the demons. It's not like, okay, only Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were demoniac. I'm fine. It's nothing for me to learn. Application is this. This is the application we all should have. Our sincere prayer so pray to Lord Varaha, begging him. Our prayer should be like begging. It should not be like casual. Okay, can you give me? Nobody will give, right? Like for example, if a child is babies, small babies, if you see them, they fall asleep in the lap of their mom or dad. But when they open their eyes and if they don't see, they see a totally new person, what do?
They cry.
They just don't cry, they scream. They scream as if something is deadly is happening to them, isn't it? The louder they scream or cry, that quickly the mother comes from wherever she is, whatever she's doing, mother or father, isn't it? It was a casual cry and coming, she's just baby is just crying once and then keeping quiet for another second, just crying, and then the mother will think, okay, it's not, he's just crying probably. But the louder and the more intense that cry is, so that quickly the mother or father will come. Similarly, we should beg and cry for him, asking him, begging him to come and deep dive into our heart, which is, do you all agree that, I mean, I don't know if you want to agree, but I don't want to put you all in the wrong place if you don't have any filth in your heart. I do have. So I'm like, that's why I'm a heart which is full of anarthas, right? or bad qualities, and bring out bhakti or devotion. Make sense to all of you? Can somebody read that word sentence loudly? Nobody, no, somebody who has not spoken at all, please unmute yourself and read that sentence loudly. Did I ask a very hard question? I said unmute yourself if you have not spoken at all and read that sentence. Why is it taking so long?
Can I?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you, Nick.
Pray to God, Varaha, begging him to come and deep dive into our heart, which is full of unearths and bad qualities, and bring out the bhakti or devotion.
Makes sense? Can you explain, elaborate what it means, Nishna?
Yeah. So it means that we pray, like we should pray to Lord Varaha, to come to us, like to come into our hearts and take out all the bad qualities of them, and like bring out the devotion or bhakti towards them.
Yes, yes. That should be our prayer today. So all of you, today you all can do one thing. You all should make 8 minutes of time. Go to a quiet place in your house, free of distractions. Sit crisscross if you're able to on the floor. Back straight, posture back straight, crisscross. Close your eyes. And if you have those mala with 108 beads, I'm sure each one of you has them at home. Take that mala and chant 108 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's one time. Second time, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Like that, complete doing it 108 times. If you do undistracted with attention in the proper posture, sitting crisscross, that 8 minutes is the best investment of your time ever. And while doing it, just try to listen to that mantra. One might say, oh, can I look at my deities? Can I put a picture of Krishna in front of me? The only thing you have to do is close your eyes and listen to what you're saying. You have to tell it softly, not loudly and scream. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just focus and attentively listen to what you just said, to that mantra. That is going to give you a lot of blessings, because Lord Krishna and his name are non-different. You might think, oh, I can see Krishna only when he appears in front of me. But Krishna is clearly saying in all the scriptures that he is same as his name. Just by saying Krishna, we should have experienced Krishna, but we don't have belief that Krishna's name and Krishna are the same. We are thinking they're different. Only when I see Krishna is when I see Krishna. No, Krishna is in his name. So today being the auspicious day, if you're not already doing it, do it, and you will be magically protecting yourself for the entire lifetime, because you take Lord Krishna's name once, you've actually taken a step toward him, and then Krishna will hold your hand all forever. All right. On that note, I want to stop. Let's do Hare Krishna 3 times and meet again next Sunday. For those who are unable to attend Saturday's in-person classes, for whatever reason, you all can feel free to